Hello everyone, Brian here. I hope you're safe and well and rocking out in your quarantine look. Ain't no shame in that. Welcome to my channel where I talk about eye-catching art and people-centered politics. At least that's the general idea, but today I wanted to do a walk around with you in my space where I create my work and rest. So here it is. I hope you enjoy. Well, that was supposed to be a walk around, but it ended up being just a turnaround. It's really just that small. But let me begin by showing you where I paint. So here's my simple setup. This is my easel, obviously, and my mixing palette. This is quite cool because it used to be a tea tray. It's got a cart, but I've just kind of I bought it off Kijiji, and I took the tray and I just kind of modified it so that underneath is grayed out, and that just helps me to look at color and tone and value a lot better. But maybe we can just kind of look at this corner. So as you can see, I've got all my brushes, some medium there, liquid, and in this wooden box here is where I keep all of my paints, my colors. Baking tray, really good for keeping paint on. So there are my colors there. It's all jumbled up, but it just works. It's all contained in that one spot there. And so why do I have this tennis ball? Well, it's really good on my back. I I use it to kind of roll on and just massage my back, but I think it's been kind of overused. As you can see, it's done. Right next to all of that is my big calamansi plant, which is kind of just covering everything up. I have behind here some more brushes, my larger brushes, and some drawing utensils and more of my medium. So I got my linseed oil there, and a bit of Ganvar gloss. I do have a bit of solvents, but I don't really use it. Being a small room, and pretty much the only ventilation I would have is by opening the window. I just pretty much use linseed oil, which is highly flammable, as you can see by the symbol there, but it's definitely not toxic, and it's all natural stuff. So it's enough for me to thin out my paints without using solvents that are very dangerous for your lungs, actually. So I try to not use solvents altogether anymore for that reason. And right beside all of that is my old but still working and awesome iMac. It was bought in 2011, so yeah, do the math. That's been a long time, but it's still kicking. It's still very nice. My workhorse. I do so much with it, with my photography and of course digital art. Just lately I've received this for my birthday from my brother. Shout out to Carlos. Thanks again for giving this awesome tablet to work with when I'm doing my digital drawings. You already know someone is always watching. Just gonna get a wider shot here, and some of you have or might have already seen this wall here. I'm really proud. It took me quite a while to really fill up this wall with paintings that I care about. A lot of my paintings don't end up with me, so these are the very few that have stayed. They either are commissions or I just really give them away to my family and friends. But really happy it's full, and not so happy because, well, I'm going to be leaving this space pretty soon. As you can see, it's just so small. I love it, but I need to grow the space so I can grow my work. Okay, next up, shoved in this corner here is my camera bag, and so that's all of my my gear, my flashes, my cameras, lenses, and yeah, it's mostly weddings that I do in terms of photography, but maybe I will do or add on to the 10 million what's in my camera bag videos and show you exactly what I'm working with in terms of my photography. The sun is really bright right now, so it's causing a lot of glare. Apologize for that. But yeah, so here in this corner here, I have some of my prints from my digital, but mostly film photographs. And yeah, there's still something about film that kind of just really gets me going. In. It's slow and keeps you waiting, but when it does come, it's just a nice surprise when things turn out. So here's some of the pictures that I've printed from my trips to the Philippines, and just kind of hanging out with my friends. And what do we have up here? I have a couple of wooden shelves. I really like wood, as you can probably tell. So what do we have up here? I have a couple of sculptures that I've done. This one I've done out of clay, and I used it as a model for a painting. That painting. There it is. And the raised fist is a gift from my younger brother from Cuba, so I didn't sculpt that. But I did sculpt these two pieces here. Alright, ball is life. I used to be really into basketball, and I've just carved a wooden shoe kind of like brush holder or pen holder, and just painted it and glossed it up. Working nicely. These are from high school, and so is this one here. This weird thing is supposed to be a gumball machine. You turn this around and gumballs, well, these aren't gumballs. Gumballs just kind of roll on down, and you know, in a weird hand gesture there. But moving right on along to my bookshelf. This is a nice spot because it's just so accessible to where I sleep. So this is where I dream dreams and recharge, and do other things like read before going to bed. Yeah, it's a really nifty space to just be able to read. It's really comfortable, and I got this light here that I'm also able to turn and just light up the pages of whatever it is that I'm reading for the night or day. Feet down, 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 down. Alright, right in here I got some more canvases or canvas boards or wooden panels. And in here, this tiny closet, I got my junk, some more of my books, old notebooks, some sketchbooks in there, I think. It's just really tiny and uninteresting, so moving right along. And so down here is just a small nook where I kind of just sit back and relax or work. Just gonna step right over this workbench. Alright, so I've got more of my cameras. These are mostly my analog film cameras, and they're rangefinders, except for this Leica Digilux, which is a 14-year-old digital camera. It's still kicking. It's still awesome camera. I may show you that particular camera and some pictures I've taken with it in a future video. I forgot to mention, right down here is where I keep my sketchbooks and some of my smaller canvases, wooden frames, other kind of tools and drawing utensils that I would need to kind of prep my paintings before I cover them with paint. Got some lights and a teleprompter that I DIY'd. I can't really go to the hardware store right now and pick up stuff, so whatever I had lying around, I've just engineered it to kind of work as a teleprompter. There it is. One of my favorite things in here is this really thick wooden work table. And again, it's just a Kijiji find, and yeah, it's solid, really heavy. And below it are just a couple of hollow blocks, one and two, but it's just so heavy that it just sits right on top and doesn't budge. Really solid, awesome looking thing. And yeah, so with such a tiny space, I was all about just really maximizing every inch, nook and cranny. So underneath here I've got some more equipment that I use for either my photography or my paintings. I got lights and some bags where I keep my projectors and laptop and other stands that would help me kind of prop my paintings. And lastly, my plants. We're shooting against the light right now and they're kind of blown out, but I hope you can just see how glorious they are. I'm gonna go for a closer look. Now, I really love looking at these plants. They just make me feel so good and well, especially when they're lush and green like that. It's nice to just have these as I work. Very kind of creativity inducing, calming, and just overall just such a pleasant thing to have in here. And especially this rosemary, which gives off an awesome, very delicious scent. And of course, my gigantic calamansi citrus plant. Well, there you have it. Thanks for joining me in this walk around, or rather turn around of my tiny but very lovable workspace. And please help to grow this channel by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it, and subscribing. And I hope to see you in the next video.